Hello and welcome back for another interactive concept presentation for Chem 2. Today we are working on making fire from a lemon. So I already have this set up. You can see I'm using a grapefruit here. So I've got the wire hooked up to it. I've used zinc nails on one side, inserted in. See those? And then I have copper nails on copper clips on the other side, excuse me, plus some wiring wrapping diagonally from them. I'm not going to mess with it too much because it's a little windy out here and I don't want it to, it's a little precarious right now, so I'm not going to mess with it too much, but I have the wires going diagonally across how we were shown to, and I have another wire attached to one of the ends of the zinc nails, and then another wire attached to the copper clip. So what we're gonna do now, we have a little bit of steel wool and we have the two ends of the wire that are not attached. So what we're attempting to do here is create a closed circuit. So I will show you. So I'm taking the wire, just attaching here. Nothing. Oh, that's a disappointment. So let's talk about why. There could be a couple reasons. So one of the first things, I did use a grapefruit instead of a lemon. However, this should not have changed too much because what we are actually looking for is a closed circuit reaction through the fruit. And the reason why you can use lemon is because of the citric acid. This is an electrolyte, which is a conductor of electricity. So by using that, we're able to conduct electricity through it and create a battery. And by setting it up this way, we're able to create a fire if done correctly. It's a little windy. I hope you can hear me out here. Steel wool's trying to get away. So that could be one of the first things. Grapefruit should have worked though, because it does still have citric acid. So that should have been totally fine. The other thing that it could be is that my wiring was not done correctly. The wires that I used are covered because I couldn't find uncovered, and this could have interrupted the flow of electricity through it, as well as the fact that I didn't put anything flammable on top of the steel wool. It does have detergent in it, so I assumed that this would be enough to get it going, but obviously not. So yeah, the setup was probably the issue. I think likely it is the wiring without uncoverings on it. The wire I did use to connect it from the grapefruit to the steel wool was rubberized as recommended, so I don't think it was that, but let's talk a little bit about why this can happen, why this reaction does happen. So like I said, citric acid acts as an electrolyte, which conducts electricity. So the reason we use zinc and copper when we are putting it in, and you could have used coins as well if you really wanted to, go find a penny and insert it into a lemon. The reason we did this is because different metals yield different voltages. So if we had just done copper, zinc, it would not have conducted like we wanted it to. So the zinc in the citric acid, it oxidizes and exchanges electrons, which then provides energy and power, which then starts the battery that we were attempting to make. So on some level, I do believe that there is energy being created. It's likely just not being directed through the grapefruit well enough to get the fire we were looking for. Or I did something completely wrong that I'm not covering. It's hard to say, but it's a really interesting thing. It could be very handy if you're coming home from the grocery store and have a lemon and you need to make fire on the side of the road. But yeah, what we are seeing here is partially a closed circuit kind of deal, but also an oxidizing reduction reaction too, which is kind of giving the battery the power that it needs. So it's a really cool concept. I'm sorry it didn't work out, but Like I said, I think it was probably my setup, probably not exactly correct. But I think it's something I'll definitely try again. I'd like to try it with pennies and see if that makes a difference. But if you give it a try, I hope it works well for you.